Have you ever felt alive, yet buried inside? As if each day was just another shovelful of earth over your dreams, your will, your faith? João is 49 years old, and what time didn't take from his body, life took from his soul. He lost his parents early, was left with the house, the farm, and a son to raise. But he wasn't left with himself. Today, João lives on autopilot. He works because his body knows the path of the hoe, but inside, everything is silent. And the worst part isn't the poverty, it's the silence. The silence of someone who no longer expects anything from the world. The men who fall silent. João wakes up every day at 5 a.m., but it seems he never slept. He makes coffee in the dark, eats standing up, doesn't look at his son, doesn't look at himself in the mirror. In the fields, the earth dries up. The plants wither, and João's soul does too. He tries not to feel, because feeling hurts. He thinks of his mother, who died slowly, of his father, who died without saying anything, and now he looks at his own son and wonders if he's dying the same way inside, but he doesn't speak. Men like him were taught to endure, not to cry, not to ask for help, just to keep going. The boy who watches, Pedro, his son, is 12 years old, and he sees how his father looks at the ground more than at the sky, sees the food grow cold on the plate, sees the silence engulf the house. At school, Pedro draws a father with a gray shadow and writes, "My father is here," but he's not. One day, he approaches his father at lunchtime and says, "Dad, I know you're tired, I am too, but I think there's something you need to see." João just nods, but the boy insists, "Take me tomorrow, after the fields. It's just an hour, I promise." The hidden path. The next day, after work, the boy guides his father along an old trail behind the hill. João goes just to go, expects nothing, just wants to please the boy. But as they climb, something changes. The wind becomes lighter. The smell of the forest is different, and the silence there doesn't weigh. It welcomes. They reach a high place where you can see everything. And there, the sunset, immense, silent, pouring gold over the earth. João stops, says nothing. Pedro then speaks, "Dad, I brought you here because this place reminds me that there's still beauty in the world. And I wanted you to remember that too." João closes his eyes. His chest tightens. It's not pain, it's relief. He cries for the first time in years. And not from sadness, but because he understood that he's still alive. What pain cannot bury. After that day, nothing changed on the outside. The fields still demand. The body still aches, but now, João's gaze has returned to the sky. He looks at his son differently, begins to teach with more calm, talks less about bills, and more about stories. The work remains hard, but inside him, something blossoms. A memory. Life also has beauty, even after loss, even after exhaustion. And the boy saved the father with a trail, a beautiful silence, and a phrase that rekindled everything. Conclusion. Sometimes pain digs so deep that it feels like we've become earth. Too colorless, soundless, will-less. Have you ever felt that way? As if everything around you is alive, except you? As if each day is just a tired repetition of someone who lost themselves long ago. João felt that too. And do you know what brought him back? It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't a grand event. It was a gesture. It was a boy. It was a simple phrase spoken from the heart. It was a sunset behind the mountains. Sometimes what we need isn't a solution. It's a place where silence doesn't hurt, It's someone who sees us even when we think we've disappeared. Maybe you, on the other side, are experiencing something similar. Maybe you're tired of trying. Maybe you feel that no one notices you're still here, even when you're not. But listen to this with care. You're still here, and that's already a lot. Pain can dig, can press, can darken everything, but it will never be able to completely bury what's true inside you. There's still something in you that waits, even in silence, even if you've forgotten. So, if you can, try to climb that mountain, even if it's a mountain within yourself. Seek that place where your soul breathes again. It could be a memory, a hug, a song, or just the sky at the end of the afternoon. And when you find that place, stay a little, close your eyes, and let that light remind you you're still human. You still feel. You still live, and that no pain in the world can take away.